Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition Halloween trade deadline version of From the Hip. So now that we've scared you a little bit, let's get into the real opening. Welcome to From the Hip, your go-to podcast for the juiciest takes and insights on all things NFL football. I'm your host, Anthony Rodriguez. And joining me is the From the Hip crew. Justin, King of the Flex Rodriguez. Mo from One Mo Show. Gentlemen, welcome.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
What's up, y'all?
Guys, thank you again for showing up. Together, we dissect the latest touchdowns and tackles from the gridiron. Whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for some score information, we're here to give you all that you can handle. So kick back and let's dive right in. Gentlemen, we already missed one game this week, the Thursday night game with the Bills. So let's discuss this game, shall we? Mo, tell me about the Muffin Man.
Oh, do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man is just as soft as I've been saying this whole entire time. The whole entire time. You can't count on them. Those first three games, everybody was, oh, Baker, oh, Baker, oh, Baker. I said, you just wait because this is a new offense. And when they get Tate, we'll see how it go. And then look where they're at now. He made Josh Allen look elite. Can't count on him. He won't be there next year, though.
Yeah. Justin, did the Bills dodge a bullet by winning this game?
It was a much needed win from what they've been having the issues with, especially with the loss to New England last week. So I think this was a bounce back game, even though it wasn't a beautiful game. It scored a lot. It scored 24, but it should have scored more on this game. So I have to look at it as it was a much needed win, but it's not a well deserving win.
Tampa Bay defense makes them look way better than they are.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Tampa Bay at 3-4 right now. They have fallen out of that top spot that they held for a couple of weeks. Not that I think that they deserved it, but they've definitely fallen out of that top spot. Do you think they have a shot of still coming back to win the division, whether with the Baker man or not?
No,
That
I say no.
I can't even confidently say no because that division is so trash.
I think Saints has owned that division. I think the Saints are going to continue to own it. Only because with Kamara back and since he's missing the first 3 weeks, I see the Saints taking that whole division.
I got you. I understand that, but I think about it. I don't think the Bucks. Something that Mo said on his TikTok that got me. Mike Evans has produced with multiple quarterbacks every single time, and he's on pace to have one of his worst years of his career. And that bugs me because that means you can't get him the ball. And if you can't get your top guy the ball, it's a problem.
I mean, look at this game. Look at this game. Yeah. All you gotta do is look at this game right here. This game, he only had three receptions, 1 touchdown, and off a touchdown that shouldn't have been a touchdown.
He be hurt. He missed games and still has produced every single quarterback except the Muffin Man. That's crazy. It's crazy.
It was like he wasn't there this game. He didn't need to be there.
He had 6 targets and 3 catches. He tried, but he just he can't make this quarterback look that good. Trade deadline, they need to do him a solid and let him go somewhere else so that he can be great.
That's an important point. For those who don't know, the trade deadline is Halloween. There you go. I put a little reminder on you. It's Halloween, 4 p.m. Tuesday, trade deadline. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty going on. And if you're not tuned in here, at least tune in to ESPN.com because it's probably going to tell you exactly what's going on, man. But with that, let's get into some other stuff. Wait, let me ask you a question. If the Bucks were to pull off a major trade, who out there would be worth going to get that might improve this team? Mo, start with you.
They can't get anybody to improve the team. I think they just not a player, so to speak. I think you go get draft picks, get prepared for this draft, and you can get that with trading Mike Evans, who you decided not to re-sign this offseason. And he's begging you to let him retire as a Buck, and you still like, nah. So get some picks for him, do him a solid, come back to it next year.
All right. What about you, Justin? Anybody out there you think that could improve this team?
Well, you're not gonna go get a top draft pick for Mike Evans. Maybe you might. I'll say you contact Chicago and see if you can send Mike Evans over there. Chicago does have multiple first round draft picks this year, and honestly, for what? They don't need a quarterback. They can get a top receiver, but I say you go talk to them.
They can get
All
a
right.
first
What
from
about
the
the other
Chiefs.
way? Wait, what about the other side of the ball? What about the Bills? Do they need somebody who's out there who they can grab up?
The Bills are about to get they got a few names on the trade block themselves from the defense.
Yeah, it's
So
defensive
I'm
wise.
not sure.
If you go get anybody, it's defensive
Yeah,
wise.
I'm
Okay,
not
because
sure
they've
they
been looking a
gave.
little shaky. They haven't looked like the Bills team that we're expecting them to see.
Yeah,
And you know, it's to the point where the head coach even took over the he's calling the plays for the defense. He doesn't have a defensive coordinator.
yeah.
He literally took him out of there to start calling plays. So he's
Yeah.
calling the plays now. So let's see how this goes.
All right. I got you. Well, from one team to another that may need help. Sunday starts. The Rams are coming in at 3-4, playing the Dallas Cowboys off of a real good game right before their bye, where they're 4-2 now. I'm going to start with Justin on this one. Justin, do the Cowboys win this decisively, or is this one of those ones where you see
Nah,
this could be an upset?
I see this being an upset in my personal opinion, only because Dak is such a flip of a coin, and you don't know. Like Mo has said before, and you said before, he get hit one time, he's flustered. He don't know what's going on. He throw too many picks. The Rams defense is solid. Is a solid defense. I won't say they're the best defense in the league, but they're not the worst. They solid. And Dak is not the worst quarterback in the league, but we all sure know he ain't the best. So Dak is going to be the deciding factor of this game. I'm not really worried about the Rams offensively because the Dallas defense is known for being them, but Michael Parsons can't do it alone. So you know what I'm saying. So I look at that as the Rams is going to score these points. The Dallas just got to answer back. They can't answer back. They're going to lose this game.
All right. Mo?
If the Rams can protect Matt Stafford, it's a wrap for Dallas because we all know who on each side. We all know how to use them. But if they able to get pressure, I think Dallas cracks this out. Aaron Donald is kind of by himself. He's still a one-man wrecking crew, but I don't think he's going to get enough pressure to handle business like he's supposed to with a Dak Prescott who's easily shaken.
Mhm. See, I actually see it a little differently. Um, I'm thinking at this point of the season, we're moving into the halfway mark right now. And where we are, we're already hitting the must-win games. These are games that can't afford to lose this game. This is an important one. You need this one. And Dak coming off of a solid game 2 weeks ago and then going into a bye week, I feel like this is a must-win for them. Especially with Jerry Jones spouting that he's not targeting anybody. He's not looking for anyone. He's not out there searching for anybody. And that to me means, well, then you better win. Because if you're not going to go get somebody and you're saying we don't need anybody, I like my team as is, you better win. So with that added pressure, I see that the NFL machine makes it happen, which of course is going to trigger it. First one of the Halloween weekend, y'all. All right, I needed to do it. My bad. I'm the lone wolf on this one. So I think Dallas actually pulls this one out. I think Dallas goes in. I see it not being a big high scoring game, but I'm looking at like 21-17.
So you think Dak because you just said it's a must win. You like Dak in must win situations? That's what you're
No,
saying.
no, but I'm saying he has no choice. I'm
He
saying he
never
has no
has a
choice.
choice in those situations, and he folds like an envelope.
Well,
I give you this against the Rams is probably his best fit
that's
to
what I'm
get a must
saying.
win.
This is not
Oh,
like they're
If
okay.
this
playing the
was if
Lions. It's
this
not
was
like
a
they're
top
playing
tier,
San
yeah, I'm
Francisco.
about to say,
If this were one of those top tier teams,
yeah, you lost, you done.
yeah,
I'm not sure. You done.
it's
Okay,
over.
all
Against
right.
the Rams,
But
I
against the
like his odds
Rams,
against
I
the
think
Rams. I
he
like
can
his odds.
muster up a little extra something.
Yeah,
Okay,
The
okay,
Rams are, I'm
okay,
sorry to say, not one of those
okay.
top tier teams. I wish they were. I like the
Nah,
Rams.
they're not.
which is a
They're not.
shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, I like them. I like the team. I like the wide receiver core. I like the quarterback. I like a
Yeah,
lot of things about the Rams. But a lack of a running game is what's going to end up hurting them at the end of this one. So that's
okay.
how I see that one. The New York Bowl. I
Yeah,
love this game. I always love this game. I love
Y'all
it.
love this game. Y'all
I
Yeah, I
love
love
this
love
this
this
game.
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 I
I
love
love
this
this
game, bro.
game, man. I love it.
Every
I
year I
love
look
it.
forward to this game.
Yeah,
I look forward to it. I look forward to it in preseason, regular season,
Every
whatever
year.
whenever I can get these guys to play each other. It's like the Subway Series in baseball.
Exactly.
I can get a chance to see the Mets playing the Yankees. I get excited. I'm not even that big of a baseball fan, and I get excited because it's home team love, you know? So
gotcha.
Jets coming in off of a hot win, bro. They finally were able to notch a win against the Philadelphia Eagles, first time in history. Right, so they're riding that hot wave right now, but they're still 3-3. Let's bring it down where we understand each other here. It's not like they're gonna run to the Super Bowl with this, but they're 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
Giants coming off of a hot win. Okay, they look
Mm-hmm.
great. They got a new quarterback, new blood,
Mm-hmm.
Tyrod.
Mm-hmm.
I would start with you, Justin, but that would just feel
I'm a little
wrong. So I'm
biased.
gonna
I'm a little
start with Mo.
biased.
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
get
I'm
with
a little
Mo.
biased.
Mo, are you even gonna watch this game? I know you're not from New York. Are you even gonna watch this game?
No, I'm not gonna watch this game. I wouldn't do myself like that. Because Sauce Gardner, and DJ Reed come back today. I mean tomorrow. So they cleared concussion protocol and they back. You know what that means? The straps will be out. The straps will be out. So Saquon is gonna have to be the saving grace. Tyrod gonna have to use his legs, and that could be dangerous too against the Jets. I don't
Yeah.
see this being, I don't even. It's not that I think that the Giants are gonna score a bunch of points and the Jets are gonna score a bunch of points. It's just gonna be one of them boring games.
Do you think the Giants are gonna win?
No.
Okay, so you're on the side of the Jets.
Yes.
Okay, I can live with that. I can live with that.
Yes.
Justin, give me some real New York love. Come on.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the Giants pull this one out, and I'll
Oh,
tell you what.
boy.
And I'll tell you why. They both coming off hot wins. It's granted,
Okay.
right? The Jets defense is gonna be at full strength, but something telling me that offense that the Jets have, I don't believe in it. You got to score points to win. I believe in the veteran quarterback though. I believe in Tyrod Taylor. So
Okay.
because of that, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's gonna be a high scoring game. It's not. You know what I'm saying? The Jets defense
Yeah.
gonna get stops. But I believe in Tyrod getting into the red zone. I believe the field goals is gonna add up. And I believe the Giants gonna pull this one through.
I can respect
Mm.
that. I can respect it. I don't agree with it, but I can respect it.
So I'm a lone wolf.
Okay.
Play it up.
Huh? What was that? You don't
Play it
want the
up. The
lone
lone
wolf?
wolf.
No,
I'm a
no,
lone
play the
wolf. Play
lone
it up.
wolf for him.
Play the lone wolf.
All right. At the end of the day, Brees Hall is going to run all over the Giants. Giants have looked better the past few weeks for their defense. They look like a changed team, but they're still the same Giants at the end of the day. Tyrod is new blood for them. The Jets, like when you get that change of quarterback and there's not enough tape on them, you get that little bit of like, well, you don't know how to play him yet, right? Here's the thing: Tyrod's been in the league for multiple years, so although it's a different system,
Yeah.
the same giant system is just a different guy running it. And I think the Jet defense is good enough to figure that out. They're going to get back to old school football, which is what they did really well when you give the ball to a stud like Brees Hall. He's a monster. I mean, even his profile picture on ESPN, did you see that? He looked mean. He looked meaner than you, Mo, and you got a mean ugly face. But nah, Brees is sitting there like, take that picture. Okay. You
They
know,
got that dog in
the
him, bro.
dude is a beast, and
He got that dog in him, bro.
I will put money on him to run all over the Giants.
He look like a Rottweiler.
So I think Brees is gonna be the deciding factor in it, and that's why I think the Jets are gonna win this game.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Was Daniel Jones extended or re-signed?
No, resign.
Oh, so they can't even get rid of him. They can't
Trade
even pull a
deadline.
Jared Goff.
No.
Get rid of him.
Yeah, he's stuck there. He's stuck there.
He ain't going nowhere.
Okay, well,
That's going to lead me into some quick picks, guys. Okay, quick picks. I just want to briefly touch on these games just so we can get through them because I think for the most part, most of us agree on the outcome. So let's start with the first one. Minnesota's going into Green Bay. Both of them having a subpar season so far. Justin, who do you got in this game?
Man, both these teams suck, man. I got Minnesota winning this game.
Any particular reason why?
Only because I don't believe in Jordan Love and Kirk Cousins. He looked better. I'm not gonna say
He had a
looked
great
good,
week
but
last week.
he looked better. He looked better. I'm not gonna say he's good, but he's better. Jordan Addison has definitely shown that he can fill those shoes when need be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just don't believe in Jordan Love. So he let me
What about you,
down,
Mo?
man.
Minnesota.
What about you, Mo?
Minnesota offense. Kirk Cousins has always had that offense rolling. They just suck.
Yeah.
And they'll roll in Green Bay.
It's sad, man.
Yeah.
I got the same way. I'm going for Minnesota only because number one, they're coming off of a great win, so they got a little bit of confidence in them right now. But additionally, watching Addison, he looked like he's starting to build into that of what he is. I look forward to seeing what it's going to look like when Jefferson comes back.
Nasty.
Because he'll have a couple of pair of solid wide receivers on his hands. With that, what can they do? I mean, they still need a running game. Madison's not it, but it'd be interesting to see what they can make happen out there with a real pair of wide receivers.
The trade segment is coming up later, right?
Yeah, it's coming up later. We gonna save him.
And I know Minnesota is deeply involved in this. Lot of trade talk going on about that.
I think I know who they get, but all right.
I got you. Atlanta's coming in off of a win, an ugly win, but a win. And they're playing Tennessee at 2-4. Another team that's going to be hot when it comes to the trades. Okay, they seem to be sellers so far. Mo, what do you got in this game?
Atlanta.
And why?
Tennessee is on to next year.
Yeah, you said it. You said it in the opening where they sellers. So
sellers.
having that mindset going into a game that you might be gone the final game. Yeah, you lost that.
Yeah,
you're
I
already
think
going
that's
undefeated.
Exactly what's going to end up
going
happening
undefeated.
too.
Atlanta, you're gonna make Atlanta look amazing. That's what you're gonna do.
That new GM seen enough. He done seen enough. It's like, and he came from San Francisco. I want to say he's seen enough. I'm gonna get my team in here and then, but that'll be next year. Let's get these people off here.
Yeah.
I got you. I mean, it definitely looks like that. I was wondering what was going on for the past few weeks, but now it's making a lot of sense. I'd be very surprised if Tennessee doesn't pull off some major trades within the next few days. I'd be
Well, they
shocked.
already done one. They already did one. So
Yeah, they did one.
No, I'm talking about major trades. I'm talking about big
That was a
blockbuster,
major
like
trade. That was they won on defense.
number one.
yeah, but that's defense. I'm talking. See that? Okay,
To
so
my
that
offensive
leads me
side,
into
We
something I was
go,
gonna
going
get
to
we
talk
there.
go,
about
we
We
go,
gonna
later.
get
we
there.
gonna get, we gonna get into later though.
We gonna
We're
get
gonna
there.
get
We
into
gonna get
that,
there.
but
We gonna
Yeah.
get there.
it seems to me right now that the big trades that are happening, and not that they're insignificant, they're very significant
Okay,
because they help a lot of teams, but they're on the defensive side of the ball. So let's face it, when we say these huge trades,
I know what
it's
you're talking
because
about.
we're looking at the
We talking
guys who
about
put up the
scoring. We talking about
numbers.
scoring. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking scorers, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and that's where um I think people look for that. If you're going to hear that, say, a Kirk Cousins is getting traded, that actually piques people's interest more than, let's say, a Josh Allen from Jacksonville getting traded, which would be monstrous. That's huge. He's an awesome linebacker. Why would you trade him,
Oh crap.
right? Yeah, me too. I kind of like him too. I
Yeah.
really like him too. But what I'm saying is that although
Mhm.
we watched the game and we know that that would be huge,
Yeah.
somebody on the outside would think, "Oh, the Kirk Cousins thing is a lot bigger."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I get
That's
it.
where I'm at with that. Houston, this one's going to be an interesting game. I may not watch this game, but I definitely will check the replay of it.
Mhm.
Houston Texans coming in at 3-3 against a winless Carolina Panthers team. Mo, does Carolina get their first win on this one?
No. No. Houston wins.
No,
They
no
win by
way.
like 10.
10. What about you, Justin? Do you see any hope for Carolina?
Not at all. This is definitely first round versus this is pick one versus pick two. And
That's what I'm looking for.
we gonna see who really should have been number one pick. Houston gonna take
Hmm.
this one.
Well, I don't know if you're going to see that, but I have it a little differently, right? Because Carolina's coming off of a bye week. They changed their offensive coordinator, which should have happened a while ago. They should have relinquished the ability to call the offensive plays. Okay, that should not be with the coach on this team. So Brown's coming in; he's going to be doing it. Um, Young looked good in the week prior to the bye. He didn't look great, but he looked good.
Mhm.
And I just think that this might be his week to finally get a win. I don't think it's going to be a huge win. I don't think it's going to be like a 31-0 like thing, but I do have them actually pulling it out 34-21. Stroud, I think, is going to eventually be the better quarterback overall, and he's already shown that. And the team is a better team. Um, if Houston wins this game, it's off the legs of Damian Pierce. It's not going to be because of Stroud, even though Stroud is doing really well. But I think Young actually pulls this one out and gets his first win. New
Whoa.
England. New England coming in 2-5, going against Miami 5-2. Justin, who do you see for this one? Who do you got?
Hey man, honestly, no, I'm just playing. Hey, Miami gonna take this one, bro.
Yeah,
Miami,
I was wondering if
they gonna
I was,
beat the they gonna beat the brakes off New England, man.
hey,
It's like it's like
we said that about Buffalo, and look what happened.
Yeah,
nah,
but
bro.
at that
Buffalo,
time,
that was a whole different story.
yeah. Yeah, that was a whole different
We
story. And
we
then like they
we
just
go.
downgraded one of their top rushers.
Yeah,
Okay.
Miami gonna beat the brakes off these team, bro. They can't keep up with the speed, and you already know the speedsters was gonna win this game. So
Hmm.
Miami gonna take this easy.
Yep.
What about you, Mo?
I think Miami wins it. Like I said, New England just downgraded. It's Uche, I think is how you say it. He won their top rushers. You know why? Because they finna
Yeah.
trade him. So they're about to make some trades, and some people gonna sit out, and they're okay, I guess, with losing this game because they don't think they're gonna win it all. So Miami
Yeah.
by a
I
big
got you guys
margin.
with that. I'm not going to go lone wolf on it. I'm totally with you. It's just way too many weapons.
Yeah.
against a team that looks like that they're sellers anyway. Um, Miami's a team that are they buyers? I don't think that they are.
What would they
No.
I
buy?
can't see anybody on that team
If
I would
if
want to.
if they're gonna go get anybody in Miami, it's gonna be on the defensive side of the ball,
Yeah, it'll be on the
like they did
defensive
last
side,
year.
maybe
It's
to
gonna be the
shore up the
same way they
line a
did.
little bit or something. But other than that,
Offensively though, they solid.
yeah,
Defensively is where they weak.
offensively,
They
I
weak
can't
at.
see anything that they really need out there. Maybe I
A
don't know. I can't
linebacker.
really think of anything that they need.
Yeah,
It
it'll
would
be
have to
the
be a
same thing they did
linebacker.
last year when they got Bradley. The same thing when they got Bradley Chubb last year. It's gonna be the same way. They're gonna go get them a defensive player if they even gonna be involved in the trade deadline this Tuesday. It
Yeah,
won't be on the offensive side of the ball.
I got you. We're skipping ahead to Monday night here, just because I don't really see this much of a game at all. Anyway, Raiders are going into Detroit. I like Detroit. Okay, I'll say it. I've been liking them all year, so I might as well.
Yeah.
Why why change it? I think that they took a tough loss last week. I think they rebound. I think golf throws and goes crazy on this one.
Yeah.
Mo, you see it like with
I
any
see the same
difference?
thing. No, I see the same thing. I think Detroit goes in there and waxes Vegas. It's
What about
home,
you, Justin?
and they need some payback.
Yeah, I say Detroit takes as well. They're at home. Montgomery is questionable, but I don't think the run game gonna matter in this game just because I don't believe in Las Vegas' secondary. Goff gonna have another 45 drop back game, so I
Mm.
see Jared Goff doing what he doing.
Renfro's been on the is in the talks of being one of the big players that
Trades.
might move,
Hmm.
and I wonder how much we're going to see of him, if we see very much of him at all. Anyway,
Yeah, it's just like I said earlier, it's that mindset. You coming in knowing that you're on the trade block. I don't see
yeah,
you performing well this Sunday. Honestly, that goes for everybody.
yeah. Eagles coming in
Mm.
6-1. Eagles coming in against the Washington Commanders
Mm.
at 3-4.
Mm.
Um, for the longest time, I've been saying Washington is one of the toughest teams. Justin, are they really that tough?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. One is that the defense side of the ball is solid. I like that team. You know what I'm saying on the defense side of the ball. The offensive ball, Sam Howell has been hit more than any other quarterback in the league,
Oh,
and
and
this is
has he? Oof.
and he's been sacked the most in the league. I think he needs offensive line help. If I'm Washington, I'm going out there and get that offensive line help. But I said it last year. I said it this year. Washington is Philly's kryptonite. This is the team that every time they play Philly, they give Philly problems. And it happened early in this year when they went to overtime. Should have won that game, but they went to overtime. It happened last year when they were one of the only teams to defeat Philly in their Super Bowl run.
Mhm.
So I see Washington actually being again taking this W only because I see
Mm.
them as they gonna get a W eventually. This is the kryptonite of this team. I don't see Washington losing this game.
Wow.
That's a hot take.
Oh
Clip
yeah.
me.
Had
Clip
to
me.
take a minute to absorb that in. Mo, is he crazy?
I mean, he ain't crazy, but I ain't going with Washington. I'm going with Philly. They can be the kryptonite all day, but I saw Superman fight that off a few times, you know?
Yeah, man. I
So
agree. And Hurts looks
nah,
good.
Hurts look good, and then that defensive line is back full strength. So Washington will have to run the ball great. They're not going to.
Yeah.
Brian
They don't.
Robinson.
Brian
Strong man.
Robinson,
Strong
we'll
man.
get into that. We'll get to that
Yeah,
later.
yeah. We're gonna get into Brian Robinson
Strong
But
later,
man.
but yeah, I agree with you. This is not much of a game that I would I'd be shocked to see something actually pull out of that one.
yeah.
Chicago Bears. The Bears coming
Coming
in
up
to
a
play
hot
the
one.
LA Chargers. This one I want to talk about for a bit.
Yeah.
Because there's even though these two teams that suck, why would we waste our time talking about them? Why? Because it's the Halloween special trade deadline episode of From the Hip. And
Mm.
both
So you
teams
saying it's
have
gonna
some
get spooky?
interesting stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be a little spooky. This got a little something, right? Um, I'm gonna start with you, Justin. Who do you think's gonna win? Then I'll tell you how I feel about it later. Go ahead.
Who's
Talk
gonna
to me.
win? Chargers gonna win. Chargers gonna
Really?
win, and I'll tell you why. It's one because Chargers have had a tough ride. I'm not gonna see and act like they losing to nobodies. They not losing to nobodies. They losing to teams. They losing to good teams, playoff teams. They beating non-playoff teams. This is a non-playoff team. They finna win this game.
Mo, how do you see it?
Chargers win. They need to win. They have to win. I think they hit that point where it's like we keep losing crazy games, crazy ways. We just gonna gut this one out. I think they'll probably have to gut this one
Yeah.
out. It will be a little spooky for them, but
It's gonna
Chargers
be a safe
win.
game. They're gonna run
Oh.
the ball.
And
Solid money
and
says
we got to end this Cinderella story because that Chicago quarterback, I don't want to hear about him no more.
Yeah.
Badgett.
You know
How do you
what?
even pronounce his name?
You know
Would
what?
it be Badgett?
I want to say
Something like
something real quick, right? I want to say something real quick because he invited 64 of his family members to that game, family and friends. He has 64 seats. They've been talking about in commentary the whole game, right? Because he took up a whole section. I get it. You started on the NFL game. You want to bring everybody name arms. I get it. You did well. If you want my honest opinion, bro, you do not bring them to this game. You don't buy them no tickets. You don't send them on no flights because you finna get smashed. And the reason why you finna get smashed because you only won last week because they didn't have no film on you. They didn't know who you was. Nobody knew who
They
you
still
was.
don't
You
have
were
any
not.
film on him.
Yeah, well, they got one game. They got one good game, and that's all you really need for real against a quarterback that came from D2 that was a Heisman winner. I get it. Congratulations, but you're not finna do nothing against this chart. You're not Joey Bosa. You know who that is? You finna get introduced real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all finna be real acquainted this game. So keep your
And
family
we all
members
know
home,
that
bro.
Chicago ain't got no doggone line. They Khalil
Nope.
Mack and Joey Bosa just watched you order 64 tickets like we just cupcakes or something like
Yeah.
no. All right.
All right. That's
Welcome
what I'm
to
saying.
the NFL.
Leave him home. Leave him home this game because it's gonna be a nasty game, bro. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
nasty
I
game.
tell you what,
Leave him home.
I'm not even concerned with this quarterback. Forget about him. He's a decoy. Come get me. I don't have the ball no more. I'm gonna give it to Deontay Foreman. Picked him up last week. I had a feeling this guy was gonna have a big week. I'm watching him play, coming in fresh. He looked hot. He looked strong. He looked like back when Eddie George was playing the game. You know what I'm saying? He looked different. And I'm watching him, and he's running hard, man. I think this is going to be another week of Deontay Foreman. Plus, I'm not convinced on the Chargers. I think Herbert is severely overrated. You are what your record says you are. They're a 2-4 team. Don't tell me it's because they didn't have Eckler. Because that running back does not make this team. You still had Keenan Allen, and you 2-4. Okay, you got past couple weeks. I've been listening to Corey, who, by the way, isn't here because he's on vacation. We're still deciding whether we're going to let him out of the box or not. But I've been listening to Corey say about how watch this week when Eckler goes off. Eckler's back, baby. Watch it. I haven't seen it. So I'm not a fan of the Chargers. I'm not at all. And definitely not a fan of Herbert. So
Well, you don't
me,
think that they. My
I
thing
think the
about it is you
Bears
don't
win
think.
this one.
Okay, which is crazy, but you don't think that the Chargers had a tough start in the beginning throughout this first couple weeks because
Life is
three of their
hard. Get over
losses.
it.
I agree. Life is hard. You know what I'm saying? The three of their losses is to three of the top five teams. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Those teams in the top five teams in the league, I will say in my opinion. So you don't think that against some tough matches first, they should never lost a Dallas game. Herbert messed that up.
But you
Herbert
did.
threw that pick. Yeah, but you lost. You know what I'm saying? But three of those losses is the top five teams. I don't see that affecting the Chargers way. I'm not gonna say they're not a playoff team. They're still a playoff team in my opinion. I just think it's a tough start. It's the same way with Baltimore. Baltimore has a good record, but they also had the toughest start I've seen this year. So I
Baltimore
think
is a little different to me because they have keys on that team where you could see why they're losing the game. you could point to it and say, if these guys were stepping up their game, these particular guys, these guys right here, if they stepped up their game and they did it, we win that game. And yeah, I was pointing at their wide receivers, but the Chargers, I can't point to a single core or reason as why they're losing, other than they're just not that good.
Well, you just said Eckler's been gone. You just said that.
Eckler's been gone, and their coach is not a really
Eckler's
good coach.
been gone.
Okay, that makes you not a good team. You're just admitting that the coach is not that good.
The team with a competent coach is a good team. It's a playoff
I'm not a
team.
fan of Herbert. I think he's severely overrated.
But you just bigged up Foreman. Foreman ain't no start on no other team.
Foreman
ever.
Because of what he's not because I think he's a Hall of Fame running back. I just don't think they're going to be able to stop him.
Why not with Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack? That line can handle him just fine. Right. And then you make it too far past that line, then Derwin James will hit you. He can still hit you now.
Oh,
he's still the Derwinator.
We're going to see. We're going to see Sunday, but I'm not convinced. I'm telling you, I have a good feeling the Chargers going to lose this game.
Kind of might come get me,
I like that. I like that.
The Chargers lose this game.
Stand
I'm gonna
on
have
it.
you
Stand
talking
on
like
it.
Corey saying, hey, maybe Chargers.
I'm standing on business.
The same thing.
Stand on it.
We need a graphic. We need a graphic. It need to say "stand on business." And
stand on business
with that because
stand on business, man.
The other thing is, do you see either of these teams being big on the trade wires? Because I don't.
We at that part of the show?
No, not yet. I just want to know if we see anything in the if you tell me yes, we'll hold off.
No.
Chicago.
You see something with Chicago possible?
Chicago. They got right now, as of right now, on the draft. Right now, Chicago has the first and second round overall pick. Right now.
So why would they
if
need
the
to trade?
Season was to end today, trade away the picks, you go get pieces. What you need
is what you need in the offseason. You get more in the offseason for those picks.
Yeah,
for those picks, you get more draft day in the offseason.
They would have to give me a lot. Because they'd have to offer me a lot. Boy.
Yeah, teams are desperate then. Now it's like
you'd have to give me.
You hold on. I see what you're saying. Yeah, sit back and wait till the offseason. Okay, I'm about to say because they're not gonna hold on to them picks the whole year. They're gonna get
major piece. It better be something huge, like something
that DJ Moore
team changing.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
That would make me go.
Nobody's giving up Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. So, You're not giving me a new quarterback. You're not giving me a guy like Joey Bosa. You're not giving me Mika. You're not giving me any of those players that make me go, here's my first round pick. So other than that, I'm good. I'll wait. Cleveland coming into Seattle. Both teams at 4-2. Been watching a lot of rankings since we're moving toward the middle of the season. By the way, tune in next week. Next week, we will be talking about our rankings halfway through the season. A lot of teams have Cleveland. A lot of people have Cleveland pretty high up there, man. Because they got a very good defense. They're at 4-2. They have them pretty evenly matched with Seattle. Justin, who wins this game and why?
Seattle win this game. And right, the reason why I say Seattle wins this game is because I do not believe I believe in Cleveland. I believe in Cleveland's defense, but Cleveland's offense, I don't think they're ready for Seattle's defense. You know what I'm saying? You got to score points to win. I've been saying it for a while. I see Seattle scoring more. See Seattle win this game. Simple as that. It's not because both teams are good teams, right? They're both solid teams. Even without Cleveland's star player that they paying all this money to performing the way he should be performing, but he's not. But Geno on the other side, Geno's doing what he got to do. Geno's being Geno. You know, he's not the same Geno as last year, but Geno's still Geno right now. DK and Lockett on both sides. I see Seattle win this in, but it's going to be a tight game.
Gotcha. Mo, how do you see it?
I see Cleveland winning. Squeaking it out, though. And I couldn't tell you.
It's not a blowout.
Yeah, it's not a blowout. I couldn't tell you exactly why I was. If I was to pinpoint anything, it'd be the defense. And that's it. Yeah. And I think I think PJ gets them enough points to be able to beat Seattle, and I just don't think Seattle be able to move the ball like they've been accustomed to doing.
Mm.
Yeah, that's about it.
I can't fault you on that. Because this really is almost like a pick 'em.
Yeah.
I don't think in either way. If either team won, would you be shocked if either team won?
No,
Yeah,
no.
neither would I. We're there, but I think Seattle does edge them out because um because of the fact that Garrett can't play quarterback. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, he's awesome. He's awesome, and to me, he's the reason why they won last week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's a beast. He's a monster, man. I
He was
wake up in
blocking
the middle
field
of the night.
goals. He was
Oh,
everything.
Garrett, he shocks me. But
Mm-hmm.
still, Seattle. I think Seattle is one of the quietly kept, um, solid teams that are going to make some waves and make some noise. I don't think they go to the NFC Championship game or anything, but I think they still make some noise. So with that, I think they pull this one out because Cleveland's doing it with smoke and mirrors.
For
I mean,
real.
everybody keeps going down, and yet they keep winning games. you know. So New Orleans coming in 3-4 against the Colts, who just got robbed at 3-4. With that said,
I'm mad, bro.
Mo, your facial expressions kill me, man. So we're gonna start with you. Where do you see this game being, and tell me why?
You know why my face is like this, man? Because I got to
If you
sit up
go,
here on this doggone show and say that the Colts are gonna win. They the ops. I just want everybody to know they the ops. But they gonna win, man. I New Orleans is not that impressive. They can't get their star people the ball. They can't get the ball moving. I don't see that you can't check down against the Colts like this because they defensive line and their linebackers. Zaire Franklin will stop all that. And he will die trying. So it's the secondary you got to attack, and I don't trust Derek Carr enough to say that he's going to attack the secondary or like slice them up. He can't do
I
it. I've
gotta get
lost
me
all confidence in Derek Carr.
a little bell or ding that every time someone says something that is like poignant or like that should be gospel. I should be binging, ding, ding. Go ahead, Justin, talk. Let
Mm.
me hear what you got to say.
hey man, listen. Even though I would love check down Carr to go crazy for fantasy wise, but I see Minshew mania going crazy this game. I'm on the bandwagon, bro. Minshew mania, I love it, bro. I love every man. I love the shimmy. I love the way he playing, and I can't deny it, bro. I love it. So I see Indy win this game. Strictly
All
all
right,
Minshew mania.
I hear you. I ain't even listening to that Minshew stuff. I get all
Minshew.
that stuff, but you know what? At the end of the day, if I told you guys at the beginning of the season that the Colts would lose their quarterback for the season, that Taylor would miss multiple games, and they would have to rely on Moss, and that
And
these two
Minshew.
teams would come in with the same record, you probably would think that I was crazy. And yet here we are with the same record. Um, and I still assert that Carr is extremely overrated. Never liked him ever.
I did. But
Have
see, I
never liked
did.
him.
I did.
Was that?
I liked them in I liked them for the Raiders before the changes.
I
Before
Because he
got
all
was
you.
the
balling.
emails and everything came out.
Yeah, he had them in the playoffs, and then he got hurt. He came back, had a new coach, John Gruden. You come back and somebody don't like you, and you're not that guy. But the man had took them to the playoffs. I never understood it,
Yeah.
but
You know, to me, I think the reason why I don't like him is I can't stand people who are always chronically injured. And I think that's
yeah,
probably my biggest thing against him.
yeah.
It's the same reason why I'm not a huge fan of Saquon Barkley too.
I was
I
just
feel
about
like
to say that.
like all of that potential and all of that greatness that you got, and yet you're always on the IR bothers me.
OBJ.
Yeah, it's
Another
like
one.
you can
Another
be
one.
such an awesome player in this league and you're always injured. And Carr reminds me of that. He's a guy who, yeah, he does have talent. I'm not trying to tell you he's trash, but he's always injured. Something's always up. His shoulder, his knee, an ankle.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't think he's that great to that when he is playing, that he plays that awesome. So with that, plus that whole entire team is imploding right now. Last week spent a good portion of the game arguing with his best wide receiver. Okay, because he's wide open, not throwing him the ball. And we all expected this major lift now that Alvin is back, and that lift isn't there.
The thing is,
Okay.
when he was arguing with that receiver, he overthrew him and yelled at him
Hmm. Yeah.
because you were under pressure. You overthrew it, and I know y'all don't watch Jaguar content, but I do.
Yeah.
They have this.
You'd be
They have this.
surprised how much content I
Uh,
watch.
they have this thing called Sounds of the Game. No, called a Hunt, and they mic'd up Trayvon Walker, and he's standing behind Derek Carr on that particular play where he overthrew him, and Trayvon Walker's like, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. Why are you yelling at him? It wasn't there. And it wasn't because of you. And then
Got
you
him
get
out
in the
there going
press conference
cardio.
and
I'm
say,
telling
"Oh,
you.
I need to be calmer." You're not going to be. You're just going to be
Mhm.
like Carson Wentz, out of the league,
Yeah.
wishing somebody signed you because you're a team. Nobody wants you in the locker room.
Yeah. I'm not but again, the other thing is, did you see how Taylor looked last week? He looked pretty good.
He
He looked like
did.
he had that first step back.
He did.
So I really
Good
want to see
game.
what he looks like against New Orleans, who doesn't have that great of a defense. That run defense is not there.
Mm-mm.
So is a possibility that you could see Taylor and Moss run for some significant yards. With that being said, I got the Colts, and I got the Colts winning big, 31-17. I said it. I
Damn,
said it. I ain't scared to say it. I got them
damn.
winning pretty big. So, Baltimore. Baltimore, team of the week last week. Baltimore comes in 5-2. Corey's not here to talk about them, so we can trash this team all we want.
I wish
Okay. Yeah.
they played
I wish
Arizona.
this were a game that we could say that they're gonna
Yeah.
get beat up and smashed, but I mean, really? Against Arizona. Arizona coming in at 1-6. Hey, does anybody know the deal? What's up with Kyler Murray? I heard he was cleared that he's good, and yet they still have him on that he's not going to play.
Yeah,
They
he's
don't have
definitely
them
at
good.
practice.
They don't have them
Either
good.
one of you, I
He's
don't care.
practicing.
Oh, go ahead.
He's practicing. He's at practice. He's working with the second team. He's getting some reps in with the first team, but he's not they don't got him back in the starting role yet. And I don't know why. I don't know if they're gonna tank all the way or what they're gonna do. Or they want him to be I'm not even gonna say I was gonna say play already, but this team ain't even make on big playoffs. So
That's what
I
I'm saying. They're 1-6.
or it or is he on the block that we don't know about that they haven't said anything about? So that's another thing we got to
No,
question and ask.
don't nobody want him.
Who are you going to replace him with?
Don't
That's what
nobody
I'm
want
saying. You
him.
tank all the way down, but that's what I'm saying. You get rid of him and you move on. But why? I don't know. We don't know what's going on with Arizona. They're not saying nothing.
No,
He's
I
at
think it's
practice.
just.
They see him there.
I think it's just they don't. Why rush him? We 1-6.
Yeah.
Why rush
That's
him
another
back
I mean,
into
I
the
can
lineup?
understand that.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's a 21-day window when they come off the the IR, and he's still good. I mean, he could play the next game after this. They can just all they have to do is just change. Oh, he's because I just look, he's listed as doubtful. So the next game he'll be like, oh, they'll just say, oh, he's active. That's all.
And have
That's
him as
all.
number
But
two.
why
Just
rush him
sit him.
back? You 1-6. You're not about to go beat. You're not go run a gauntlet to go get in the playoffs.
It'll be some
Do
shit.
either of you see a miracle where they actually beat the Ravens this week?
No.
I don't
No,
see it. I just want to know if either one of y'all saw it.
Hell no.
unless Lamar finna come over here and drink with me. No,
Hey, he can come with me, man. This
Hey, look, he gonna go over there and drink,
this
and
stuff
he
is
still
pretty good. I'm
listen.
not
He
trying to
go,
prep it or anything, but this is pretty
No,
good.
we could probably long as they sponsor. Hey.
hey,
But yeah,
Oh, by the way,
yeah,
this is for Corey because he bought this for me on my birthday, and I just
mhm.
opened it. So I want Corey to know that in the spirit of you not being here, I'm drinking it for you. All right. Anyway,
Have fun, buddy. I know what you're doing.
you know,
Yeah.
we ain't gonna go there. We're not that type of show. Okay. But yeah, the Ravens win this game. This is an obvious one. Lamar's gonna do what he did last week. They looked fantastic last week, and as long as they catch the ball like they did last week, Lamar's has no issues because they're gonna just run steamroll the Cardinals. Cardinals don't have a single comeback, and the Baltimore defense is drooling. They're thinking, "Oh man, we're gonna get some stats on us now. This is gonna be one of them games. One of them games."
Yeah.
So Jacksonville, woo! Jacksonville. It's one of my sleepers, by the way, this year. 5-2 Jacksonville against Pittsburgh at 4-2. This one should, on paper, this is a great game. But on paper, to me personally, I don't even have it that close. I'm just letting you
me
know.
either.
I'm gonna put it out there right now. I don't have it that close. I don't think Pittsburgh is as good as what it looks like on paper. And Lawrence, I think, is finally stepping into his role as a dominant quarterback in this league. He had to grow. He had to go through his growing pains, and I think he's there now. Watching his last couple games, I'm loving the way that he's not rushing. He's not. He's not forcing anything. He's letting the game come to him, which is why I'm not concerned about Ridley not really getting that much of the ball lately. It's because he's taking what they're giving him. So if you're going to cover Ridley, if you're going to double him, or if you're going to do those things, then I'm going to hand the ball off to Etienne. Or I'm going to do the little shovel pass over the top. But he's crisp. He's getting the ball out of his hands. He's not taking the sacks, and he's not making too many mistakes. And
Y'all
for
just
that,
let me know when y'all want me to talk because y'all
oh
handle
yeah,
this.
I'm saving you for last. This your team.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
your
Yeah,
yeah,
team.
you
We don't
yeah,
come
last,
to you
bro. You
first for this
last.
one.
This your turn, bro.
yeah,
You
Yeah,
last,
we don't come
bro.
to you for this one.
Last.
This is like, I'm
yeah.
actually giving praise to a team that I think is a
Yeah,
really good team this year. Okay. I said it a couple weeks ago. I think this team is built well. They've shown that they're built well. They're shown that they're built for the future. Um, there's still some growing to be made. There's room to improve, but where they are, I'm happy with them as overall as a team. I think they are a very solid team. With that said, Pittsburgh is on the opposite direction. They're heading down. They've already peaked where they were. They're still in rebuilding because they don't have the correct quarterback for their team yet. That's not the guy. He's not the guy. So they're going to be very active looking for somebody else. With that said, you got two teams passing each other, and I think Jacksonville. I think it's going to be a lopsided victory, and I think Etienne runs all over him again. Justin, what do you got?
yeah. I like this team a lot. I like Jacksonville a lot. This team has surprised me all year long, and honestly, I don't know why. This team, like you said, they built very well. Man, they got a lot of weapons on the team. Like you said, if Calvin Ridley's covered, either hand the phone. You can either hand the ball up to ETN or even throw to Christian Kirk. Man, you know Christian Kirk showed out last game,
Mm-hmm.
110%. He showed why he. I consider him the number one of this team over Ridley. You know what I'm saying? He's the veteran. He's been there. He does what he has to do. Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence. Listen,
Playing
he's looking
well,
like
bro.
Clemson. He's looking like Clemson Lawrence out there. That's how
Playing
comfortable he
well.
is in this offense and everything like that. Like it took him like you said, it took him 2 years, 3 years to get adjusted to the NFL speed and everything like that. He got adjusted. He has a great coach now, and it's going to be a bright future for this young man, bro. And it's not stopping here. And I see him and Mahomes really going at it to get in the AFC. So
Yeah,
I
I think
see them
going
taking
forward.
out.
Yeah, going forward. Oh yeah.
Going forward, they're gonna be the matchup that you're gonna look forward to seeing. It's gonna be like
And
Breeze
Burrow.
and yeah, all three of them.
They're gonna be a battle. Yeah.
This is a battle. This is where
Plus,
it's
they
gonna get to
got
the
one of
point.
the nicest logos.
Yeah,
They really
it's
do.
gonna
They got one of the nicest helmets.
it's good. It's gonna get to the point where you don't know who come out the AFC. So it's tough, man. I like Jacksonville a lot over Pitt. I'm not even gonna talk about Pitt. I don't like Pitt, so I see Jacksonville
Yeah.
taking this one alongside.
All right. So Mo, I'm going to give you center stage on this one since this is your team. This is your team,
Yeah.
and you follow them more than anyone else in the league here. So by
Yeah.
all means, take center stage.
All right. I'm gonna go on a tangent here. I apologize. But so I know Trevor he's been tweeting like little stuff at the media because he gets, to me, it's unfair. That first year was with Urban Meyer, who should have never been a coach in the NFL. So this is technically, to a lot of people in Jacksonville, his second season because we don't count that first season. But like you said, the man is managing the game wonderfully. He's comfortable in the pocket. He's finding his targets. Everybody talked about Calvin Ridley not getting the ball against the Saints, and the reason he didn't get the ball against the Saints is because they double covered him. They had somebody over the top. But you know what Trevor did? He found Ingram. He found Kurt. He found Travis Etienne. They ran the ball well. He continues to find different ways each game to attack the defense, and nobody gives him any credit in the media. We win this game in Pittsburgh just like we've been doing, finding ways to beat them. They talk about Pittsburgh like they're this top 5 team, and they're not. Kenny Pickett been getting lucky because he has George Pickens, who does this, and this against average cornerbacks. But this is not an average secondary that George Pickens is playing. This is the defense that has the most interceptions in the league. The secondary has the second most interceptions in the league. We're not doing this. And then he gave us some bulletin board material and said that we're a hope defense. Well, I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready, George Pickens. I hope that you're ready, because this is going to be a big win for Duval. Big win for Duval.
I'm gonna get a little punch back with Duval.
yeah, because I come on, man, Kenny Pickens, Najee Harris is not even the running back that they need. You were speaking about them rebuilding because they're gonna have to rebuild again because this ain't the quarterback, the running back too.
Yeah,
Najee Harris ain't did.
I think he lost his starting role though. Didn't he lose his starting role to Warner?
He's not even the
I think
premier
Warner.
back.
I think Warner's the. I think
that's what I'm
Warner's the
saying. They
new
don't even
starting
have
role.
an identity. They don't truly have a true identity that they can say, this is what we're going to be doing going forward.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. They're rebuilding. To me, honestly, they should be a team. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself because this is going into it. They should be one of those teams looking to trade off to get draft picks, not necessarily to improve them for right now, but they won't. And why won't they? Because the record will scare them to do that. Because they're 4-2, they're still in the hunt. But we'll get more into that later.
But that's not because of the players. That's because of Mr. 500.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. It ain't because of the
We'll
players.
get
It's
into
because
that.
of Mr. 500. But we're gonna move on.
Yeah. Another good game. I think this could be a good game, and I'll tell you why I say good game. Because they just played each other a couple weeks ago.
They just played each other. Yeah.
They just played each other.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. When you get a team, this is like bad planning when they make the schedule up, right? But when you get two teams that are in the same division that know each other as well as KC Denver, and they just played each other a couple of weeks ago, guess what? I highly doubt you're going to get a big offensive game on the second game. It's going to be more defense because they pretty much know where each other stands and what's going to happen. So with that being forget Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that said alone, KC's defense is more than enough to handle Denver. So for that, I have them coming out with a win. alone with that. Forget about everything else. But then there's a lot of other factors I could throw in too. We'll get into those later. Mo, do you see any difference in what I'm saying there?
No, I don't see no difference. And then Denver gave KC a hard time. They
Yeah.
rivals. The only thing about I think KC is going to win. Sorry, but the only thing I'm just upset about what this could have been. Their division is KC, Denver, Chargers, and Raiders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how this could have looked? How everybody
Yeah.
thought it would look in that division? Now it's still KC, top dog. Denver is going to come in there, and Russ. Let's just move on. Russ, man, golly.
Justin, what do you got?
Casey gonna win this game, like you said, strictly off the defense alone. The reason why last game they
Yes.
played each other was closer is because Mahomes had a bad game. He threw about, I think he threw two picks that game. You know what I'm saying? Mahomes had a bad game, so I don't see Mahomes having another bad game. I see Mahomes picking apart this defense the way he should, right? And I see Denver just can't move the ball. Russell Wilson is not it. I don't care who he throwing the ball to. It don't matter. Throw the ball to me. It don't matter. Don't throw the ball to Randy Moss. It don't matter. You're not gonna do nothing. Russell Wilson is not him. So I see Casey winning. I'm not going. It's not a game I want to discuss too much on.
No.
I got you. I mean, at the end of the day, how much Russell Wilson are we really even going to see? I mean, with all the
A
talk
lot.
about him that he may be traded before the end of the weekend,
You
how
saw
much
that
you really
talk?
going
I
to see
never
it?
seen that.
I did.
Yeah,
I heard
I did.
some stuff about Russell Wilson finally getting out of that team, which would help him because he really does need to get away from the Broncos. It's not a good fit. It's just not a good fit.
Y'all talking about that later?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we're going to talk. Yeah,
Because
as soon as we're
I
done
would
with the
love to.
games.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I've seen
All
some
right.
stuff, and nothing's set in stone. Don't get me wrong, nothing's written.
yeah. All
What I'm
rumors.
saying is
Everything's
that
rumors.
Okay.
there's a couple teams that are looking at him. You
Okay.
know, Cincinnati game of the week as far as I'm concerned. Cincinnati, even at 3-3, coming into a team that a few weeks ago we said was going to win the Super Bowl. Well, I think most people had it. San
Yeah.
Francisco coming in with 2 straight losses at 5-2. Um, this is interesting because Cincinnati had a terrible start for their season, but of late, now that everybody's starting to get healthier,
Turn it around.
they're looking solid. San Francisco is not healthy. Debo's out, Brock Purdy's out. Um, you got McCaffrey who's not 100%. You've got a team arguing with itself. The coach is calling out his defensive coordinator on national news. Okay. Uh is this who do we get here? Justin, who wins this game?
Since he wins this game, Cincinnati's gonna win this game. San Fran finna take the third straight loss. The
Which is what
doubts,
we said last week could
which we
possibly
said
happen.
is gonna have, is they're gonna take their third straight loss. All right, in a matter of games that they shouldn't have lost. The other two they shouldn't have lost.
Please
They're
don't.
gonna lose. They were supposed to lose this game, and I'll tell you why. It's because with everybody being hurt and everything like that. Cincy with Joe Burrow looking the way he's looking better, looking healthy. Joe Burrow's on fire right now, and coming off a bye week, dog. This finna be a beat down, in my opinion. I don't care what about the San Fran defense. I see Joe Burrow picking apart it. I see 7-Eleven going crazy. And I just see I see San Fran not able to move the ball the way they should, even though they're gonna get to the red zone, but I don't see them scoring much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like since he has a plan for McCaffrey, I have a plan for Brock Purdy, and I just don't see it. I don't see it going anyway in San Fran's favor.
I got you. Mo, how do you see this?
How I see it is two things. How I see it is Cincinnati wins. How I want it is San Francisco wins because we played them after the bye week. But I don't want to tick off San Francisco. But Joe Burrow got some rest on that calf. He'll be Burrow. So he'll be, I don't even call him Burrow. I call him, Joe Shiesty. So Joe
Yes,
Shiesty will
sir.
show up. And
Joe Burrow.
yep.
Joe
Yep.
Burrow.
And
That boy nasty.
I think I don't want people to think that this calf injury is going to define this man. This man is cold, man. He's cold. He is cold.
Joey
If he
Icy.
had a line with this calf injury, they wouldn't be 3-3. They would probably be. They would have the same
5-1.
record as the Chiefs. They would have the same record as the Chiefs. So I don't want people to get him messed up. Because I don't want you to bleep me. It looked cool, and I started to come in here and just start cussing because it looked real cool when you did it. But I don't want people to get him messed up, man. He is the man, and he still is the man. And coming off a bye week with rest on that calf, gonna tell a hole in that 49ers defense.
Gonna kill their confidence. They gonna wake up the next
Yep.
morning like, damn.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna hit their confidence bad.
I love Joe Shiesty. I love Joe Shiesty. I love
I have it the
all my
same way,
favorite
man.
quarterbacks are the AFC quarterbacks.
Yeah, I have it the same way. I don't have it any different. I don't think if we were talking about a fully healthy 49ers team,
Yeah.
all right.
That's different.
All right.
That's different.
It's a
But
different
that'll make it
outcome.
close. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll make it
I still see
close.
Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I would say different outcome. But I'm sorry, without Brock Purdy, without Debo, you're going into this game with who's the quarterback? Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold will be the starting quarterback if Brock Purdy does not clear up concussion protocol.
Bro, Brandon Ayuk and McCaffrey. All right. McCaffrey, don't get me wrong. Beast. Love him. But he was a beast when he was with the Panthers and he couldn't do nothing with them.
I got a question.
He can't do it all by himself. He needs help. He needs somebody to at least fake like he gonna throw over the top so he can pull some safeties out of there, and then he has a hole. Nah, not without Debo, not without Brock Purdy. Nobody's scared of Sam Darnold. McCaffrey can't do it alone, and for that reason, since he's got too many weapons, man, I actually see a deciding factor in this being Mixon. I think Mixon's gonna have a great game.
What happened to him?
Exactly. That's why I think he's gonna have. He do. I think it's gonna be scrimmage yards. I don't think it's gonna be all rushing yards. I think it's gonna be scrimmage yards.
I'm about to say, bro, that offensive line, I don't believe in that line, bro. So
No. I think it's gonna be scrimmage yards, but I still think
scrimmage yards.
The crazy thing is they've invested in that offensive line. They just ain't worked out.
They have. Yes, they have, bro. And it's
every season, every offseason, they've got somebody in Orlando Brown.
Yeah. They just got Orlando Brown. So it's like
they try.
Keep going. Keep getting them. Mm-hmm. Keep getting them. Add them up. You gotta make that Dallas line up from a couple years ago.
They need something.
Well, we get away from that. We're gonna get into the next thing, which is the trade deadline is Tuesday, guys. We finally got to the most important part of the show now. We're going to talk about who's getting traded, who's not getting traded, who should be getting traded, who shouldn't be getting traded, and which teams are being foolish. Mm-hmm. Mo, hit me off. What do you got as far as what have you been hearing? What is the latest thing that you're hearing that is something that should be happening?
Derrick Henry going to be in purple.
Yeah.
Which purple?
You're hearing purple?
I don't know.
You're hearing purple?
Yes. Which purple? I don't know. It could be the Ravens. It could be the Vikings.
It's funny. I have it differently. I've heard the same thing, but I'm saying he going to the Cowboys.
What?
Jerry Jones was talking all this about how I don't want nothing. I love my team alone. I love my team right where it is. It's fitting to give up some draft picks, major draft picks. so he can bring him over there and pair him with Pollard. And I think that may make a huge deal. That could be huge. That could be
I
huge.
hate
Don't
the
get me wrong.
Cowboys, yo. I hate the Cowboys, and they not in my division or nothing. I hate the Cowboys just because I hate their fans.
You know what? It sounds like the Yankee thing. There's a lot of people who hate the Yankees, and it's not even because they hate the Yankees. They hate the Yankee fans. Believe me, growing up
Yeah.
in New York as a Met fan,
we heard about
there's
it
a lot of
all
people who
time.
hate the Yankees and they hate the Yankee fans, and that's how they feel about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Okay, Cowboys, America's team. They can't stand that,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's
but
like
America's
what
team.
Stephen A. Smith said. What Stephen A. Smith said. He said a meteor was
what
to
has
hit
it
the
Stephen
Earth,
A. Smith
and
said?
he said a meteor was to hit the Earth and kill all existing life. One Cowboy fan would survive.
Man.
He said there'll be one Cowboy fan that left alive. So they're like roaches.
Yeah.
They're not go away.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
On the topic of Derrick Henry is definitely one of the biggest names in the trade deadline factor this weekend.
which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and the whole Titans
That's
organization,
why they haven't been running him.
They're trying to hold off and
What?
save him. But thing about it is that what team I think he's gonna go. If I want to put in my opinion real quick before we go on, I think the best fit for him is go to Minnesota. That's the best fit for him. That's where I feel like he'll have the most success.
Mhm.
Baltimore's
agree.
cool. Baltimore is cool and all. Yeah, they're a great team, but I feel like he'd be underutilized in Baltimore. I feel like he will go far, but I feel like they won't win a championship with Baltimore. I feel like Minnesota is a solid spot for him where I see him going far and potentially getting into that playoffs and making some damage, bro. I see that. I see Minnesota's the best fit for him in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you because Madison is not it. I just said it. Madison's not it.
Not it.
And like I said, when Jefferson comes back,
agreed.
If they can keep Cousins, because Cousins is on that trade talk too, it has died down a lot. Died down, especially after the Monday night victory against the 49ers.
He showed that
It
he could do
died
it
down a
without.
lot.
He
But
showed that he could
prior
do it
to
without
that
him.
victory, Cousins' name was thrown out a lot, and the Jets were severely interested in Cousins. Which, by the way, leading me into the Jets, I'm hearing that they're looking for Tannehill.
I said that.
For what?
When I said that, didn't I say that? I said that like 2 weeks ago when we were talking about it.
Yeah. The Jets are talking about Tannehill. Tannehill, the only thing holding that back, which might mess this thing up, is that he's actually slightly injured right now.
Yeah, but that's stupid. That's just continue to make the same mistake over and over and over.
It's not something that they're going to do long term. It's that they don't have the confidence in Zach Wilson.
And they feel like they're a playoff team. They feel like they're a playoff team.
Could be a playoff
and they feel
team.
like they can do it.
Get Rodgers back by playoff time.
They feel like they can
might
do
be a little dangerous. They just got to get there first.
Okay, you get there by getting a mobile quarterback, a really mobile quarterback, not a fake one like Zach Wilson. You get a real mobile quarterback because the offensive line is trash. I can't speak Spanish, but y'all say basura, right? Basura. You know, he is trash. He's buns.
All right. Well, then who would you grab up then? If you were the if you were the GM of the New York Jets and you have like who do you target? Who do you target?
No, but you're not making the playoffs this year.
Well, you're assuming
I'm not
they're not going to make the playoffs.
anybody.
What if they actually have a team like they feel that has the ability to do it?
Okay, so if you had to absolutely target somebody, you target.
You don't want to target mobile. You don't want to target nobody big because you still have Rodgers. So you want to target someone who's slightly better than Zach Wilson as a mobile quarterback. If you're looking for an answer, I'll give you one. The Eagles' backup quarterback is Marcus Mariota. You can always bring Mariota over there. Marcus Mariota.
But then again, are you that much better with Mariota than you were with Zach Wilson?
Yes, Mariota's a vet. Zach Wilson is a vet, but he's not a good vet. They consider him a vet, but he's not a good vet. He's not a good mobile quarterback. That often you need somebody that knows how to navigate in that pocket and then scramble when they need to, make the throws when they need to. You don't need them to throw 50 times. You don't need them to throw 40 times. You just need them
Well,
to
the Jets is a running
guide the
team,
game.
so yeah,
I
like you said,
get the
guide the game.
mindset of getting Tannehill because he's a game manager, but Center have a lot of pressure in there.
Mm,
He can't
See how
escape.
Tannehill act. Yeah,
I
He
agree
can't
with you.
escape.
That might be a
I
good
think
pickup.
I think Mariota will probably be the best fit for them. But the thing about the Eagles, they're not going to go. He's not going to go for free. They're not even using him. He's sitting on the
Yeah.
bench, but the Eagles not going to give him up for free. You're going to have to give him something
No.
significant for him. So that the thing about is what do you give up? You don't really
A
want to give a
draft
draft
pick.
pick.
That's all they can. That's
I
all they
wouldn't
got
say
is draft.
Or you
give
go
up,
get PJ Walker.
I don't think he's
No.
available.
but I don't think he's available only because he's doing so well over there in Cleveland.
And
So
you don't have an option because Watson is not going to play. He don't want to play.
yeah, he's on the fence. He don't want to play.
He don't want to play. Even when he's
He's
healthy,
getting
he don't want to play.
Yeah, he don't
he,
want to
he
play.
he got
So,
guaranteed
with
money,
that
bro. He
being
don't need to
said,
play. He don't need to
and
play.
don't nobody want Watson because he make too much money. So with
Yeah.
that being
Yeah.
said, is if you're a team like Cleveland and you're sitting at 4-2 and you're being talked about possibly going deep into the playoffs,
That's
you definitely ain't
crazy.
gonna give up the only guy you got. And so
As the Jets, they should not be looking at. And I hope that somebody from the Jets watches this. Your O line is absolute butt cheeks. Do not go get Ryan Tannehill if you want to go make a run, because your run has to consist of Miami. It ain't Bill Belichick and his crew, and you got the Bills. Ryan Tannehill will not get you there. He will not get you to the promised land. You have to go get a mobile quarterback. Mobile quarterback, go look for him, go find him. We shouldn't do it for you. Bye.
Kyler Murray. If Kyler Murray were available, would you jump on him?
No.
I
Tell
s-
you no because I say no because this is not a long term quarterback we're talking. This is a
That's
It
true.
short
can be
term.
though.
Get
It
you through the
can be
year.
though
It
because you
can be.
have.
You're right.
Not with Aaron Rodgers though.
I know, but you
But
have
Aaron Rodgers
Rodgers.
is only a
Who
year,
better to teach Kyler
and
Murray
2
how to
years
be a
left.
real quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers will not say it, but Aaron Rodgers is gonna play till he's 40 something. So he's gonna stay there at the Jets. Cause what is he? 30?
He's probably almost 40. He's probably
something like
40.
He's
Like
saying he got
30.
1 year left. He gonna come back and gonna play one more year.
All right, hold on. Let's look at the age, and then I'll tell you when he's gonna stop.
Aaron Rodgers is 39 right now.
Yeah.
He got 3 more years in his mind.
If that.
He's gonna come up with some science. Oh, science. He just was trying to debate with Travis Kelce about vaccines. That man will try to play until he's like 42, 43. No, don't do Kyler like that.
Listen.
Even though
I
Kyler's
say-
butt cheeks. But he can expect he can get outside of that. If you blitz him, he can get out of there.
All right.
Yeah.
I got one for you guys that I've heard and I love it. I absolutely hope it happens. I'm praying it happens.
Who?
To the gods that it happens. Because I think that it'll make so much sense. And that's Marquise Brown to KC.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That is tough.
No. Y'all like Marquise Brown like that?
But he is speedster, dog. He fast.
I think that under the right circumstances, and I think KC could be the right circumstances.
Really?
I think so. I think it does solve a lot of issues. It makes a lot of sense when you put it on paper and think about it. Gives them a solid wide receiver to throw to.
But that wide receiver room, that shit getting big. That shit big, bro.
So question. If you had 2 trades on the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was Marquise Brown and 6'5" Mike Evans, who would you take?
6'5" Mike Evans.
Who's older?
Mike Evans. But who
Mike
who
Evans,
still can
he's a little
produce?
older.
Who still can produce right now?
I mean, they
I think
both
they
can
And
both
and
can
you
produce. They both
produce.
can
I
produce.
think they both can
like
produce.
Mike
Mike Evans
Is
is
Evans?
that
definitely the bigger name. Mike
no?
Evans
Mike
is
Evans is
definitely the
definitely
bigger
better.
name,
Mike Evans is definitely
and
bigger,
Okay.
but
he's
So
the
if you're
bigger
trying to win
target.
again this so if you're trying to win again this year and you know Joe Burrow team is not gonna let his team continue to look like that, and you know the Jacksonville Jaguars team is not gonna continue to just sit back and be the Jacksonville Jaguars of old, and you got Lamar Jackson. The AFC is stacked, bro.
AFC is definitely stacked.
Mike Evans or Marquise Brown.
Well, if I have both options and they're going to cost me about the same, approximately, yeah, I'm probably taking Mike Evans.
well, that
Because
leads us.
that's
That
where I
leads
think
us
he's
into
going.
so let's lead that into Mike Evans. Where do you think he lands up, other than KC? If they even willing to trade him,
Dallas.
Hmm. I don't think
And then I
Dallas
think
grabs him up.
because Hopkins is on the line too. And
Hopkins
he
is
just
on
got
the
there.
line.
He just got there.
Well, that entire Tennessee team is for grabs right now.
Yeah, they said
yeah,
everybody.
they rebuilding everybody.
Everybody's
Everybody gone.
like
Everybody's over.
everybody. The ball boy is available. You know what I mean? Whatever
Everybody.
you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We selling everything. We selling the
You want this
screws
patch of
that are
grass?
holding in
Here.
the bleachers. We selling everything. The concession stands. You can put whatever
Yeah.
name you want on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's for sale. Okay.
But
About
that's
to
what I'm
sale.
saying is that when you go back, Tennessee's getting rid of everybody. So Tennessee is their own problem right now. But the Dallas idea for Mike Evans is cool and all. You know what I'm saying? I think he would be better for KC, in my opinion. If we're gonna
Yeah.
compare the
I
two
think Casey's
teams, he'd be
better
better
fit.
for KC. But I feel like who's gonna go get him is gonna be it won't be a top team, in my opinion, that goes get him. Because the Tampa's not gonna let him go for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's gonna be
But
a
if Tampa
team is gonna have a lot. Team that has a lot to give up is what he's
but
gonna
Tampa
do.
know if they don't let him go in a trade, you
They're
get
gonna lose
nothing.
everything.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get
You
nothing.
get nothing this upcoming offseason.
So here's the
But do you
thing, and I
go?
can
But the
see
thing,
a
do you
trade
go?
happening with their new wide receiver that they just picked up, the young kid. What's his name?
Who?
Rice? Rice.
Rice.
You
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah, I can
KC over to
actually
see them
KC. Yeah.
giving up a player like him to get
he ain't the only one.
an Evans. You know what I
He
mean?
ain't
Sky
the
I can
only
Moore.
see
one.
Same
them
thing.
giving up him,
Sky
even though
Moore.
he's young.
Yeah.
Skylar
Sky
Moore
Moore the
and
same way.
Justin Ross, because
Yeah,
Justin Ross
All
is
of them.
not bad either.
yeah,
But he just kept getting hurt and then he just whooped some woman. But
yeah, yeah.
it's
And if you pair them along with a draft pick,
yeah.
that might be enough to encourage a team that you're
Yeah.
gonna lose Mike Evans anyway.
I
He
think
Yes.
if you're
gone.
gonna lose Mike Evans, when you lose Mike Evans, they're going for. I don't think they're gonna go for a player. I think they'll go for capital, and that's what I think it's
Mm.
gonna affect the draft. They're gonna go for a team with a lot of draft picks where he's gonna get sent to, and I think that's what's gonna affect where he lands up is who's gonna give the
Mike
better
Evans
draft
ain't
picks.
going to no doggone Bears, bro.
No,
He not
no,
I ain't
I
say the
know he got
Bears.
no. He,
I
I
didn't
know
say
he
the
I
got a
agree with
Super
that.
Bowl. I know he got a Super Bowl. He ain't going to the Bears, bro.
No, he's not going over there. He's not leaving warm Tampa Bay to go up to Windy City. He's not doing that.
Chicago.
Mm.
That boy be a
He
The
menace in
ain't going
Bears.
to
Chicago.
no,
He be
he
a
not going
menace.
to go play with Reese and them. He not he not going with Lil Reese and them. He
Yeah,
not
I'm
he
just
no
saying. I'm telling you,
no.
bro. But it's
I
like
just think
I
it's
don't
going
know.
to be super interesting, and I think we all need to pay attention to what's going on over there, and which is, I think we're going to see what's going to happen. So we're going to move forward because ultimately, unless something were to happen in the next 20 minutes, we ain't going to know. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll get into the sit starts for this week. Gentlemen, um, even though Corey's not here, he sent over his sit start selections so that we can put it on there so we can make fun of him while he's not here. Okay. So, by the way, I love my graphic that I put up there. I'm just gonna put that out there. All right. So Corey sent over that he said start Kirk Cousins,
Here you go with this Kirk Cousins shit again. That's what I'm
You know
talking
how
about.
he feel about them
This
Vikings, man.
man love the Vikings, yo.
He
Bro,
love
if
him,
Travis
bruh.
Henry does go over there every week, bro, he gonna wear purple every week forever. He gonna be bouncing back and forth between the Ravens and Vikings every.
God.
But he said to start Kirk Cousins. I can't tell you why, but I mean, they are playing a team. Even I thought the Vikings were gonna win. So he said to sit any running back that plays for the Cardinals. He said, don't play them. If they're Cardinals running back, sit them. That's what Corey said. Gentlemen, how do you feel about this, Justin?
I ain't mad at it. You know what I mean? I'm just tired of hearing Kirk Cousins every single week. I'm just,
Every
you know
week.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm just tired of hearing that. See, now Kirk Cousins is a good starter for this week, and I'll tell you why. One, because I believe we just went over. He's playing Green Bay. Green Bay ain't nothing. Green Bay garbage. And plus, Addison coming off the game Addison just had, boy, is that's a dangerous game. You know what I'm saying? Any Cardinals running back, bro, they playing Philly. Philly better the best defense in the league. One of the best defense. I'm not gonna say the other. Yeah, one of the best defenses in the league. And this team, Joshua Dobbs is not it. I don't care who you think he is, and they know you're gonna hand the ball off. You don't got no James Conner. Come on, bro. Like these are obvious in my opinion. These are obvious picks. You know, Corey do better. These are obvious picks in my opinion. Just Corey
All
got to do
right.
better, bro.
So let's get to the next. Justin, here's your pick.
Yeah, you see? Now we're gonna get into some real we're gonna talk some real football right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go fantasy wise, you start Brandon Ayuk. And I'll tell you why. We just said the 49ers gonna lose this game in our group decision. But we talking fantasy. We ain't talking about game stats. Brock Purdy got one person to throw to. One person. One person gonna get open. That's all he got. George Kittle's cool. Don't get it wrong. I got George Kittle on my fantasy team. You know what I'm saying? He's good when need be. But the person who's gonna get open is gonna be Ayuk. I consider him one of the best route runners in the league, and he gonna find a way to get open. It's gonna be a crack, and guess what? Purdy gonna be able to put it through that crack. So I say you start Ayuk.
Okay.
Now you sit Jahmyr Gibbs, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because they don't use him. This man is just there as a decoy. This man is used to pass block. He don't run the ball. He don't catch no balls. He may catch a screen or two, but he is absolutely underused. If Montgomery's not there, this Lions offense only believes in throwing the ball. They don't believe in running the ball at that point. And yeah, bro, he's a waste of talent. He needs to be sit this week. You sit him, bro. He's not worth it. Don't start him. He's a waste of a spot.
10-4.
Not saying he's a bad player. He's just a waste of fantasy spot.
Yeah. Marcellus?
All right.
You stole my starter, by the way. You stole it.
Before I talk about Brees Hall, I hate Purple Rain. I hate the Ravens. I hate the Vikings. I hate Purple Drink. I hate
you hate that song, the Flying Purple People Eaters.
The Flying Purple People Eaters. I hate, what's his name? Grimace.
Yep.
I hate anything having to do with purple because of Corey.
I hate
that's stupid.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah. I hate, good God almighty, this dude. But yeah, start Brees Hall. Brees Hall finna go crazy against the Giants. If you think Brees Hall ain't going crazy against the Giants, just look at what Dalvin Cook said. Trade me because I'm getting no work out here. And that's Dalvin Cook. This man still got braces. You don't think he want to go out there and go kill a team?
You don't think you want to eat?
And let me tell you something. I had to find this picture because his other picture, I'm telling you, man, was a straight mug shot. Okay, it was a mug shot.
This man still got braces. You think he don't want to go out there and just go kill a man? All right,
you gonna go bite somebody? You gonna go bite somebody?
Do yourself a favor when you get a chance. Google Brees Hall.
I will.
The photos
he
that
can't
pop
eat
up.
apples. He can't eat apples. He can't eat candy. It's hard for him to eat steak. This man want to kill a man. He still got braces. He's going out there to represent. All right?
Yo.
Yeah. When you get a chance, Google him. The photo that pops up of him might startle you for Halloween because he is a straight thug.
Oh, he looked crazy in that picture.
That's mean mugging.
That man can't eat popcorn. He can't eat a lot of foods. He is going out there to kill a man, and he's going to kill one this Sunday. So start Brees Hall.
By the way, Dalvin Cook, that's one we forgot to talk about. But Dalvin Cook
Yeah, he's
is
another
pretty
one.
much
Yeah.
begging, please trade me.
But no team want him.
Yeah, I know. Because he
That's
hasn't,
crazy.
because when he did run this year, has not looked well. That's why he's having a hard time.
He don't know
Because
Well,
the butt cheeks O line, but you know what I'm saying?
he don't know the offense, and they got a butt cheeks O line. But let's let's go to the
yeah.
sit.
We're gonna go to the sit. We're gonna go to the sit.
Look, sit Brian Robinson this weekend, okay? All right. I know what we said last weekend, 300 yards. That didn't happen.
No.
But this week, if you think you're getting anything over 5 points for Brian Robinson against the Philadelphia Eagles, you have lost your mind. When he runs into Jordan, never mind. You go look up their line. Go look up what they do. Go look up what they stop. That's the
They've been
reason
doing it
you
all year.
sit all year. That's the reason you sit Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson is not a top tier running back. If Brian Robinson gets over 60 yards on this Philadelphia Eagles defense, I will be extremely shocked. And I will come on this podcast next week and just say, oh, I'm sorry. I will acknowledge whoever I need to acknowledge, because that's been a thing since Creepy Corey brought it into this podcast. But he is not getting over 60 yards.
Gotcha. Well, they're gonna lead me to my picks. So I say start Goff. I think that was a fairly safe one. I had to go safe on this one. He had a bad week last week, and it wasn't even that he had a bad week. It was a bad situation. Well, he's got a much better situation in front of him, and I think he goes in to redeem himself. And I think he's gonna, being the fact that he still doesn't have Montgomery back, right? Because Montgomery's not in this game, is he?
He's questionable to play, so he's more likely not going to play.
Yeah, he's more than
so.
likely not playing. So being that Montgomery's not it, he's going to be it. He's going to be the guy. And yeah, I'm seeing plus 300 yards for him. And sit, I went very safe as well. Sit Derrick Henry. There's too much going on about the trades. They don't want him to get hurt. They already got a situation with Tannehill, because honestly, I think if Tannehill were healthy, he's gone. And I think he's a Jet by Monday morning. But right now, that's up in the air, and I think they're afraid of that happening to Henry, which is why Spears has been playing so much, which makes a lot of sense. Why would you keep your monster in the box and let another running back come in? Because when you do hand the ball to Henry, he runs for 100 yards. When you do give him the ball, he breaks big play. He does big plays. I said sit him a couple weeks ago, and he had the 90 something yards that he ran, and it was off of the one that was like 60 something yards.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want that. They don't want him to get hurt. They don't need any Bo Jackson juju. So sit him.
For the record, I just want to say real quick.
Go ahead.
In the beginning of season, I had Derrick Henry. I traded him away. Y'all looked at me like I was crazy when I did it, and y'all see how that worked
I
out for
still
me.
look at you crazy.
I looked
Yeah,
at
see how
you
that worked
crazy
out for me?
because he's not gonna be on that team.
That's fine, but I'm just saying y'all looked at me crazy. But y'all see who I got for him. For the record, I got AJ Brown for him. So
Hey,
Mr.
but-
Consistent.
He's been a
You
beast.
did.
He's been a
Mr.
beast.
Consistent.
You're
I got AJ Brown from him. Y'all looked at me like I was crazy.
You're right,
I told
you're right,
y'all
you're right,
week
you're
to
right,
week 2.
you're right.
I told y'all week 2.
You're right.
Spears was
you're
sharing the target, sharing the carries. That's why I got rid of him. And
Yeah.
I just want to say it for the record, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Alright,
here.
You did your thing.
I
We're
did
not
my
gonna
thing with
kiss
that.
the
You know what I'm
ring,
saying?
bro. Slow down.
got
We
to.
still ain't gonna kiss the ring.
I
Y'all
tried.
got
I did a similar trade now.
Oh, now you did Howie Robin.
I put the ski mask on you. But
You don't rob
yeah.
Well, you were a gambler and it paid off. So that leads us into how much of a gambler are you going forward? Because we got a prize picks, guys.
Oh yeah, I like my weeks this week.
Yeah,
I
prize
love
picks.
it. I think
So let's
mine
look
is
at the
solid.
prize picks, guys. Now Corey did send over his prize picks to me as well. Even though they are trash, they're always trash. We always say
It's
Corey.
gonna be
Everything
it's
about
gonna be
Corey is
over
trash.
Baltimore. Everything Baltimore.
But actually,
Look, when I-
Corey's doesn't. Again, he had to go with Kirk Cousins again. You know what he
Kirk
do?
Cousins again.
Okay, Kirk Cousins. He's saying
God
that his
damn,
passing
yo.
TDs, he's going to do at least 2. He did more than 1.5. And Tyreek Hill,
Anytime touchdown.
anytime touchdown, anything. There's a
I mean,
real
they
safe.
safe.
I don't think there's anything
All he
wrong
got
with
to
that.
get is 1 touchdown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all Tyreek Hill needs is
Okay,
any
all right.
touchdown,
it's safe. It's
any
safe.
way,
It's safe.
Do
run,
he know? But do
receiving,
he know?
throw it.
But do he know that even Tyreek Hill said his worst games are against New England?
Yeah, they are. They are.
Well, I think he
Okay,
feels
we'll see.
that
It's
somehow
all
they got to
right.
score.
It's solid.
Yeah, it's
I
all
think
right.
it's a
It's all
fairly
right.
I ain't
safe
mad
one. I
at
don't
it.
think it's
I
a
ain't mad
big
at
one.
it.
You
Yeah,
know,
I'm just
I
yeah.
tired of seeing
just
Kirk Cousins.
love the fact that Kirk Cousins is in every single pick that he has. But
Good God Almighty.
I mean, I can't be mad because
Justin,
I put him in mine too, so
yeah, I'm
I
about to
can't get
say,
mad at
Justin, you did the
that.
same thing,
I
man.
can't get
You went
mad.
ahead.
I've been tired of seeing him, bro. So listen,
He did it for
I went
passing
oh
yards though.
yeah, I did passing yards. See, I said CJ Stroud over 240. Don't believe in Carolina. I feel like CJ Stroud gonna show why he shouldn't have been number one. And I see him going over 240. So average 300 all year long. 240 seemed like the mark that he gonna hit, especially to a hurt, bad Carolina team, right? Moving on to Kirk Cousins. Now, Kirk Cousins, I'm just tired of seeing his name all day. That's why I'm kind of like, man, come on, bro. You kind of ruining the whole Kirk Cousins wave, right? Kirk Cousins, he's coming off an amazing game. He coming off an amazing game against on Monday night. So now we're gonna see him come and play this bad Green Bay team. I feel like he's gonna throw all over them, pick them apart, look solid, look comfortable because I don't see anybody in Green Bay pressuring him any kind of way. And then we're gonna move on to Adam Thielen. Going back to that first pick, second pick game that we talking about. I see Adam Thielen clearly has been the number one over there in Carolina. I see Bryce Young showing why he should have been number one, but I ain't betting on Bryce Young. I bet on Adam Thielen coming down with them catches, them grabs, man. So I take the more on all of them.
Yeah. You know what's funny about with him is I have him on my fantasy team and I can never figure out a way to put him on. And every week I leave him on my bench, and every week he puts 20 points up.
He's looking amazing.
You're
And
crazy.
I drafted
Yeah.
him.
I was
I
about to
drafted
send you a
Adam
trade.
Thielen.
You
I
should
was
have
about to
sent me
send
a
you a
trade.
trade.
If it was worth something, I probably would have taken it. Because every week I
I ain't
leave him on my
noticing.
bench and he puts 20 something on my bench. And I was
Every
like,
week.
I'm too afraid of taking out Nakua.
Yeah, now
Nah,
it's
but
too
you
late.
got
Now I need a running back.
I
Yeah,
need a
me
running
too.
back. That's what I need.
Yeah,
I got
All right.
Brian Robinson. Someone told me to sit him.
All right, gentlemen. So here's my pick. I went with the more any
Ooh.
touchdown whatsoever with Travis Etienne. I just need one
That's
touchdown.
solid.
I need 70 yards from Brees Hall, which I think he's going to run for 150. And I need 46 yards out of Deontay Foreman, which I think he's
Mm,
going to rush for 100 anyway.
mm.
Although
You
I'm
like
getting a
Foreman,
lot of
huh? You
flack
like
from Mo.
you
Yeah,
like
he
Foreman
like
a
Foreman,
lot.
boy. You
I
like
You
Foreman
do
like
like
love
Corey
him.
Foreman.
like
I'm
purple
telling you, I
teams.
like him. I like him. I watched him
You
last
see
week and I was
you seen
shocked.
one
You
game and you put money on this man. That's what I'm
boy,
saying.
you
Like
I
that's
like
put
Foreman
money
like
on him.
Corey
You
like
damn right I
purple
put money on
teams.
him. You got to see my other pick. I don't want to show you my other one.
Oh Lord.
I did a 6-player parlay, and we ain't even gonna go there.
Holy crap.
I'm trying to break the bank.
Come on,
boy
man.
trying to get that 25 times. He trying to hit that.
Hell yeah.
That payout is tough. No, that payout is tough. 6-player
That
parlay.
payout
If
is
you,
tough.
for you guys who don't know, 6-player parlay, when you pick 6 players in this same format that we're doing, and you get all 6 right, you hit 25 times the amount you put in. So, for example, you put in $10, your payout will be 200. And oh no, you put in $10, your payout would be 25. Yeah, 25. $250.
2500.
Correct?
$250.
Nah,
25.
Oh,
Yeah.
250.
25 times.
$250. Yeah, I know. I messed
Yeah,
up.
that
I do a whole thing.
that private
I look bad. I
education
look
went a
bad. I
long
look
way. I
bad.
really did a good job with you, young man.
Private. Man, I went to school with Michael Myers. I went to school with Freddy Krueger on him, man. But yeah, so for those who don't know, 25 times is 6-player parlay. So
All right, so
he
check me
looking
out.
to really bank.
Y'all picks, right?
Uh-huh.
And why did you put it on the why Foreman, yo? You didn't
I
there was
like him, man.
nobody else available?
No, there's plenty of people available,
There's
man. I
plenty of people.
like
Where he
Foreman.
went, he looked up Foreman. He typed
46
Foreman
yards,
in
bro.
search.
45 yards. That's
You're
what,
taking
45,
that personal
45 yards.
because you have him on your fantasy team.
No, I just watched him play, man. 45,
That was
45.
one game.
I hear you. I know that, man. Sometimes a lot of gambling is about what you feel in your gut. And I got a bigger
So,
gut than both of y'all. And I'm just saying.
listen,
You made
hey,
sense with the Travis Etienne because he's had 2 touchdowns for the last 3 games.
Yes.
Cool, got it. You made sense with Brees.
Mm-hmm. Even though it's a lot of yards.
yeah,
It's
That's a
70's
70
lot of
pretty high.
yards.
yards.
70s are pretty high.
That's pretty high, but he could get it.
He can
Yeah,
get it. He
it's
can get it.
doable.
And
It's doable.
he's playing the Giants.
You put Foreman in your money to as a way to grab your money, and I don't understand why.
Because I have a gut feeling that he's going to rush for over 50.
You know, if
He's
he hits
going to
that,
do it.
we're gonna look real bad. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
And
We're
I'm
gonna look
going
real
to
bad.
And
definitely
he gonna
lead
come
off
in.
next week's show with it.
He gonna come in here and be like, "Yo, guess how much money I won?" He gonna, "Guess how
Yeah,
much money I won?"
yeah,
Let me ask you, how much money I won?
yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to put a whole graphic of Deontay just rushing for over 50. I promise
He's
you.
gonna play
He's
the
gonna be on
videos.
loop.
He's gonna
Yeah,
play
You
the
he's gonna play
know,
videos.
all that highlights and everything. Yeah, I just want y'all to watch
Yeah.
something real quick. We can't do that, but sit here and watch it, bro.
No.
We can't do that.
That's the beauty of being the host. I have the ultimate controls here at the at the console here, man. I'm
Yeah.
sitting in a spaceship, and this is what I got.
Well, I can't go to Tampa for at least 2 weeks. So if I
Yeah.
was the host of the show, it'd be worse Tampa. Muffin man. Yeah. Justin Picks. I don't have no problem with Justin Picks. They was logical. Corey in this Kirk Cousins obsession, yo. This
Shit's
Minnesota
ridiculous.
Vikings obsession, yo. It's
It's
getting
ridiculous.
crazy. It's getting crazy.
We
But
got to get him a jersey for Christmas. You know that,
I
right?
have to. You have to. You have no
that's
choice.
true. Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah,
get
His
him
'cause
a
he
Kirk
just
birthday
Cousins jersey.
is also, so it's like, he's one of them kids who only
He only
get
had one
one gift
gift.
for his
Yeah,
birthday and
one gift for his
Christmas because
birthday
his
and
birthday
Christmas.
fall. He one of them
They so
kids.
close. They so
Right?
close together.
So that's exactly what he gonna get. We combining
Yeah.
all his gifts. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
if he ever has a child, Father's Day, we're gonna move that to Christmas too. Do the all them
Yeah,
gifts all at once.
We're
Here you go.
gonna
Here's
get
your
his
one
unborn
gift.
child a Kirk Cousins jersey too. Yeah, I
Got
can
to because he
match.
love him.
I can match.
He loved Kirk Cousins, but
With that
okay.
said, gentlemen, give me your actual parting words. Justin, what do you got for me?
Yeah, same thing as always, man. Like, comment, subscribe from the hip. We here every week giving our opinions, giving our juicy topics, takes, and everything case may be. So I'm gonna keep it real sweet, short and sweet. Just like, comment, subscribe, and continue tuning in, man. We only halfway done. We far from the rest. We even got playoffs to talk about. So we still here from the hip, man.
Absolutely. Mo?
I watch these shows on YouTube, even though I'm on them religiously, just to critique myself. And I'm not gonna be saying, "Hey, like, subscribe, and all that," because Justin already told you he's gonna tell you every week. What I want to tell you is, what you don't want to see is the Jags make trades on that defensive line, like Uche from the New England Patriots or Daniil Hunter from the Vikings. You don't want me on this show, or Chase Young from the Redskins, like I hear. You don't want to see me on this show when that happens. You think the hats are ridiculous now? You see this? You see the Jaguar print hat? You think they're ridiculous now? They can get more ridiculous. And I'm out.
With that said, everyone, thank you all for joining us here. Without you, we're just a bunch of guys with microphones. As always, let's keep it football and let's keep it from the hip. Thank you all for watching.